Warning, this podcast contains time travel.
And spoilers.
And my head still hurts from last week.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for The Flash Season 1, Episode 16, Rogue Time. I am your host, Clio, and with me I have Dom.
How's it going? I almost feel like we traveled back in time right now.
I think we did, although we still lost 20 minutes, so.
We had a little glitch, and we are actually recording this again.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
we traveled back in time. We are doing this again.
Yes, speaking of traveling back in time, our favorite subject, time travel.
Stop it!
Barry's gone back. I don't think it's a full 24 hours, but it's at least 18 or 20.
It's close.
So he goes back the night before, and like almost immediately Wells is like, "You've time traveled."
Yeah, because Barry was like finishing people's sentences.
The whole brain freeze thing.
Yeah.
I forgot that happened too.
So, that's gonna be very, like, Wells knows the signs.
Yeah.
He knows what it's like to relive time travel, so.
He's also been waiting for it to happen to Barry.
Right.
Because he knows that Barry's gonna go back and fight him, which has already happened for Wells.
Right.
Because he's done it. Theoretically, he's already fought Barry in front of Nora, so.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, and I think he's a little scared because if Barry does change things or finds out who he is during that battle, then it's going to change everything.
Yeah, which I think they did like a phenomenal job of being like, hey, he's Reverse Flash, but nah, nobody knows about that anymore. Switcheroo didn't actually happen.
Right. They pulled the wool over our eyes on so many things that happened.
Because at the end of last episode, I'm like, oh, good, okay, Barry's going back. He's going to know that, well, wait, no. No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
No.
It's like, I don't know. It's just, we're waiting for just everything to explode.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. But yeah, why, because obviously Wells knows how time travel works. He knows that it's
right.
Split universe theory, not whatever the other theory is called. So why is he like no, don't change the timeline. Don't fuck up the timeline.
Yeah.
He knows that's not how it works.
Yeah, just being there is gonna change things. So there's
just
no way
having that conversation change things.
Right. Yeah, it's a little. I think he's working toward the goal of whatever that future is in that newspaper article that he keeps going back to, and it seems like he went out of his way to really set some stuff into motion, which I don't quite know, because I didn't read Flashpoint or whatever, so I don't know what his end goal is right now.
Yeah, I mean, Flashpoint is definitely not an origin story, so it's not how the Flash becomes the Flash.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely taking a different approach.
I have a huge theory on this, but I'm going to save this to the end. This is blowing my own mind right now.
Well, I can't wait. Usually blows everyone's mind in one way or another.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think Wells really wants that, whatever to happen, to happen. Whatever he changed when he went back in time, he wants to keep it that way.
Right.
So by telling Barry you're going to fuck the world up if you do anything differently, it's kind of like trying to control him.
Right.
And, so wait, what? Yeah, we were talking about, last week how, wouldn't Cisco still, like, look into the containment field, but he actually ends up going to his brother's party.
Right, because he didn't have to go and search for...
He didn't have to spend the night
yeah.
on Martin.
Right.
It was the
He's
Ramon.
like, there goes my excuse.
Yeah, right. The Ramon scenes, I don't know, they felt weird.
How so?
Like the brothers' lines weren't written as well as the rest of the show. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I didn't care for the brother, but I think we're meant to not care for the brother, so I think it was intentionally done that way.
Yeah, I guess so. But wow, that was quite the party.
Oh, it was such an amazing party. I totally wish I could go to that party.
Oh yeah. Well, I know. Like my family, we're not like that. We're not like that. But we have parties like that where everyone's like, there's too many people.
Yeah.
There's just too many people to fit in the house that you have.
Yeah, my birthday is in February, so it's like whenever you have a party, it's not like you can have people out on the porch or, like it's everybody's crammed into the house. So you get like so many, at that point I don't even want to have it. Like I don't even want to do a party. It's like let's go out and eat somewhere and whoever wants to come can come, but
big families, small houses.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm Italian. I have a huge family.
Exactly.
Forget about it.
It was just so sad. It's like Cisco's all like sad, and it's like, well, we're gonna leave now. Bye, jackass brother.
Yeah, I mean, his brother insulted him. You really think Cisco should have stayed? No.
No. He wasn't gonna go to begin with.
Yeah. And Caitlyn was just like, yeah, I'm going to.
Bye.
This is awkward. See ya.
I'm married. Bye. He was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I wrote this in my notes in just giant, all caps, stop making Cisco cry. It's not cool. It's not cool. I'm not okay with all of his crying / dying.
I thought that raw emotion you'd find cute in Cisco.
I do, but the fact that they've made him sad is
makes you sad.
Makes me sad. I want to be that sad. It's like a little puppy. No, please don't cry. No. Someone needs to give him hugs. Barry did give him hugs. Everybody hugged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he gets kidnapped, and so does his brother. He builds more weapons for the bad guys.
The gold gun.
What the fuck was up with that gold gun? Because, okay, if you shoot somebody with a cold gun, then yes, they're gonna freeze.
Mm-hmm.
But like the first guy she shot with the gold gun, like got completely enveloped in gold, and I was like, what is the physics behind that? What's happening?
I was trying to figure that out myself. I think what it was supposed to be, it was supposed to be a cold gun that tinted everything gold. I don't think it actually transformed them into gold. So I think it was the same property of the cold gun, but just gold.
But it didn't look like it was ice, you know?
Yeah, I don't exactly know. It didn't look like it was exactly gold either.
No, it just looked shiny. I mean, obviously it's not real gold.
Right. I think it was a cross between the two.
Yeah. I was just like, what exactly is that? What are you shooting at people?
I stopped trying to wrap my brain around that one because my brain is still hurting from time travel. So
yeah, me too.
The gun physics kind of just I was like, I'll just go with it. I don't even care at this point.
Kind of totally just jumped right over.
Don't get me wrong, I love all this time travel stuff. It just really hurts me. It physically pains me.
Especially since last episode, 75% of it was just going, could this work? Could it be? Is this right? Is this time?
It's still physically causing me pain. Physically causing me pain.
We sort of just skipped right past Lisa's entrance.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. She wasn't that important though. I mean, she tricked Cisco. That was about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what was going on in your mind at that point? Did you think Cisco was getting hit on by a girl, or did you know something was up?
When Barry was like, "Oh no, I'm like, Barry, she's not talking to you." And then when she was all over Cisco, I was like, "Hold on a second. Oh, that's Lisa. Okay."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I realized before they even got to the house. So
Yeah, definitely. Because they were having the whole conversation, and I was like, oh, it's Lisa.
yeah, she said she was working at
Mercury Labs?
yeah, Mercury Labs. I was like, wouldn't Barry or Cisco know all the people over there?
You don't look like an engineer.
No.
No.
I mean, what does an engineer look like? You know?
I don't know.
Is she supposed to show up to the bar in her lab coat?
I don't know. Do engineers wear lab coats? I don't think so.
Maybe. Big Bang Theory has told me yes.
Steel toes boots? Well, those are aren't they like not engineers, but like I don't know where I was going with that.
2 of them are scientists. 1 is an engineer.
Okay. Whatever. This is not Big Bang Theory.
This is not.
This is not. This is the Flash. Man, Snart is such a fucking badass.
He is. He's a cocky motherfucker.
They haul him in front of the Dawn, and he's like, I'm taking this.
Yeah.
This is mine. I like it.
And then his it wasn't his brother, his partner, the guy with the heat gun.
Pyro. Oh, no, not Pyro. God, I keep...
Heat wave?
There's so many fire things that I...
Was it heat wave?
It's Pyro something. It's Pyro something. I'll get his name. Go. Finish.
He gets smashed in the back of the head. And he's like, oh, that tickled or something. Like, I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Listen, he's a psycho.
Yeah, he sure is.
His name is Mick, but I can't get his... I don't see his code name. Doesn't matter. But yeah, no, he's a psycho. He does it so well. And like, there's such... I mean, they're literally opposites. Pyro and Cold.
Yeah,
they're
and one is the brains, opposite. One is the brawn. Like,
yeah,
it's great. I love the way they play off each other.
Oh my god, it's perfect. And I almost want there to be a little more. Like, there's already a little comedy between the 2 of them, but I almost want there to be more. Because there was a point where Cold was like telling the guy, run back, you know, tell everyone what you saw, and then, you know, Mick just knocks him out. And I sort of wanted Cold to look up at him and was like, I wasn't done.
Yeah. No, but it's just like a lot of the banter with Snart is absolutely amazing. It's like even so later on when Cisco is like forced to tell Barry's identity, and then Barry carries Snart off into the woods. That whole conversation that they had, I was dying. I was laughing through the whole thing. It's just completely ridiculous. It
was pretty funny. And like, we're at a point where...
And Barry's like, your little rogues gallery, like he emphasized it.
Yeah.
And Snart's just like, rogues.
Can I get a ride back to town? That's my favorite.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Yeah, but that scene in the woods with the 2 of them, we're at a point between the Flash and Captain Cold where Captain Cold is a little wittier and smarter than Flash is.
Yeah, because he's like, you can't take me in because I have this thing that's automatically going to send a signal and tell everybody who your identity is, so if I'm not around to stop that, you're fucked.
Yeah, and Flash is still a little inexperienced.
Right.
And I mean, there's versions where, like, Barry is so much smarter than Cold, and it's just embarrassing. But in this, I really like that they're...
Do you think?
You know,
yeah. Do you think Snart was bluffing?
No.
You think he really had a thing to release Barry's identity? I think he was completely bluffing, knowing that his bluff would work.
No, I believe it. I also believe that if Snart went missing, that Lisa or Mick would be like, "Hey, you guys want to know who the Flash is?"
If they know.
I mean, they were in the room.
Yeah, well, we didn't physically see Cisco telling the identity, so we don't know for sure.
You're right.
We don't know for sure.
Right.
It was done off camera. But I'd say it's probably plausible that they all know.
Yeah. Mick is just with, like, the shots on fire, and then Cisco's brother's like, are you going to admire it or drink it?
Both.
One or the other.
He's got my answer to things. When somebody gives you an option, I always take both.
Why not both?
Yeah, I find some way to make it work.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to Dunkin' Donuts or do you want to go to Baskin Robbins? Both?
Since most of them are the same thing.
That's the same company. I want coffee with ice cream in it.
Dunkin' Donuts does that.
Perfect.
Yeah, but the whole like truce that they broker in the forest was really flimsy.
Yeah.
I mean, Snart was like, "Yeah, I have your identity," and Barry's like, "Yeah, well, I could
stop you forever."
Yeah, it's like such a flimsy truce where I'm like, eh.
Yeah, and even Snart was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll keep your identity safe for now."
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, for now. So.
Yeah. But I'm actually waiting for Boomerang to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was actually a recent episode of Arrow, and this isn't really spoiling anything, but there's a recent episode of Arrow where they see Slade like imprisoned, where they imprison him, and Boomerang is supposed to be there with him, but he wasn't. And I'm just like, what did they do with Boomerang? Is he coming back soon? Because he was really cool.
Well, there is an episode coming up called All-Star Team Up, isn't there? Yeah. And we don't exactly know what's going on. I mean, the Arrow Flash crossover was heavily promoted weeks in advance, and they haven't said anything.
I mean, it could be... do you want spoilers? I just looked it up. It's only 2 weeks away. Felicity and Ray Palmer, who is the Atom, will be on soon.
Okay, cool.
But I'm not sure if other people will.
Yeah. What about
No, don't see anyone else.
What about Anna? Or not Anna. Barry's girlfriend.
Barry's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh! Lisa. Yeah.
Wait, is Lisa the name of Snart's sister?
Linda. Linda. Sorry, wrong L name.
Yeah. I'm really
Snart,
Lisa, Linda.
And Linda Park.
Linda Park, yeah, okay.
Linda Park, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Linda, yeah, that was sort of wrapped up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was kind of upset because I was like, I want to see more of her, and it seems like she, there's potential for her to come back. We talked about this last week or the week before.
Probably last week.
And, so there's still potential for her to come back, but I really enjoy her character. I want to see her around, and just knowing that she's probably not going to be a big part of the next couple episodes kind of upsets me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean... Depends on what happens with the news company after this, and we'll talk about that at the end. But yeah, she may be in it a little bit. She may not. She may just come back later, which is sad. I really do like her. She's a very good actress.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So, yeah, Iris. Dramu.
We knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, we did.
But
we said it last week, I think.
It's crazy how, and Wells said it best, where it's like, the tragedy, the emotional attachment to all this stuff kind of triggered these buried, suppressed feelings and emotions and stuff like that. And it's really funny that she was so set and had this plan of, I'm in love with Barry kind of thing. And it's like one tiny little change and she doesn't realize she has those feelings. It's crazy.
I mean, it's not such a tiny change. It was her father's life was on the line. She found out Barry is the Flash.
No. She fell in love with Barry before Barry revealed the Flash.
Well, it's... Okay, fine. Well, but it's also more of Barry's been...
The change for me...
We grew up together.
The change for me,
together.
The point in which she realized was the conversation with Linda. when Linda was talking to her in the office and was like, "Oh, blah blah blah," and she turned and she like looked. She had this face. They did not have this conversation because Barry came in. Barry came into the office.
The way when he spoke to Linda, the way she talked to him made it feel like her and Iris already had that conversation.
No, because if you remember during that scene last week, they had that little talk, and then right after, immediately after, is when her boss came over to look at the... Or it was just before. It was just before. Her boss came over to look at the headline she was writing and said, "Oh, it's spot on," or something like that.
Okay.
And that all played out this episode, and we didn't see that scene again. So Barry coming into the office changed that. Again.
Just the way that Linda was talking to Barry made me feel like that conversation already happened between Iris and Linda. Okay. Yeah, no. Never mind then. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, so that one little change, like it was a very minor change. It was a tiny conversation, you know, and I mean,
well, I think her dad also being in danger.
Yeah, I'm sure that played a tiny factor. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I feel that conversation was the turning point for her.
Combination.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... And Eddie just decks him. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to punch him again in the coffee shop, and then he gives him a
God,
hug.
When he ran up, he did not have a smile on his face, you know? He, like, had this very stern look, and then he just ran up, gave him a hug, and then all of a sudden the smile appeared. And I'm like, why? Why do you give someone such an aggressive hug?
Caitlyn to the rescue, though.
Yeah. Definitely Caitlyn to the rescue.
I didn't think Caitlyn had that much, wasn't really that involved in this episode, but when she did that, I was like, there you go, Caitlyn, to the rescue.
Yep. Yeah, it was kind of post-traumatic lightning stress or something. I forget how she worded it.
Lightning Titus?
Yeah, I don't even.
And they just ate it up.
They did. They were like, "Oh, why didn't you tell us? This is why you've been spending so much time at Star Labs. Oh, I get it now." It's like, no.
And Eddie had the face like, I just punched a guy who's having mental issues. What have I done?
Yeah.
That's so funny. But yes, the end of the episode. Iris's reporter guy, friend, dude, got killed by Wells. How did Wells know? I didn't think that Barry had told him yet.
I don't think he did either. Barry's just... I mean, Wells is just keeping tabs on stuff, or it's that future knowledge that he has. He may know certain events that are going to play out.
I guess, but...
I mean, because we didn't get to see this far into the episode last week, so this still could have played out. So...
You're right. That's true.
Because that was at night. That was after what would have been the tidal wave, so... yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and they had a similar scene with Cisco and Wells. Wells is like, "Let me show you something," and he takes him into like the room with the containment chamber, and I'm like, "Oh no, don't do it, no."
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I think they were doing that intentionally to scare us.
Yeah.
Because there was no reason to have that conversation in there.
But there was the same, like, some of the same lines.
Yeah, it was almost spot on dialogue, so.
Where kind of changes and also at the same time doesn't change.
You've always been a son to me.
The meaning of what's being said.
Yeah.
Because while Wells is like, I actually, you make me feel like I have a son. To us, we're like, yeah, but you'd be real quick to kill him. On the doubt, like, for real.
Yeah. But he's been dead to him for centuries, so.
Yes, that is true. That's true. That is true. But yeah, so to Cisco, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. And to us, like, you're a fucking asshole. Stop being an asshole.
Yeah, definitely.
I just don't, like, everything now that's going to happen between Wells and Cisco is going to have like my heart in a knot. Just like,
I'm worried now. I'm so worried whenever I see the two of them together, because I was like, it's gonna happen again, and Barry's gonna have to go back, and we're gonna have to relive this day for a third time. No.
Yeah, because that's true. You know, Barry would go back in time in a heartbeat to save Cisco or Caitlyn.
If he could, he's been trying.
That's true. He has been trying, right? We didn't even talk about that.
He tried to use the cosmic treadmill, and he couldn't.
Well, right now it's just a treadmill.
Yeah, that's true.
Right now it's just a high-tech treadmill, but
right.
Once it fuses with the Speed Force, it should become the cosmic treadmill, which is gonna it's gonna bring up, not that it's gonna bring up any more trouble, because Wells can time travel without it theoretically. Right. He's stuck, so maybe he can't.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
Did we talk about why he's stuck? Why we think he's stuck?
No, I don't know why he's stuck. I don't have any ideas.
Huh. That's interesting. Because I'm thinking it might have to do with the Speed Force, and it might be weak in this timeline because Barry hasn't built it up yet, but that's gonna have to be revealed later.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. That could go just about anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless he's like banned from the Speed Force or something somehow.
They could. Well, he's definitely having trouble channeling it.
It seems like he's having trouble acting as the Reverse Flash to begin with. It seems like he's weakened at some points when he's using it. So I think he's just weak and he doesn't have his full potential.
Yeah. So hopefully there will be more of that soon, because I need answers. I need them. I think that's all I've got for this episode. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
Kind of this. So, we were talking about the coming episode. So I want to get this in before we go into the synopsis for the episode. But in next week's episode, we do know that Mark Hamill will be in the episode reprising his role, right?
Yes.
And so in this role, they're going to use actual footage now from his first time around in the TV series, the first Flash TV series, right?
Mm-hmm. Or at least photos of his silly costume.
Yeah. So this got me thinking. So I'm gonna see if you can come to the same conclusion that I brought myself to.
Uh-huh.
So we have what's his character's name?
The Trickster?
The Trickster. So we have the Trickster reprising his role from the TV show. The original TV show. So he's the same character. Right? So if he's the same character, who else on the show is the same character?
The doctor from Mercury Labs.
Okay. And who else?
Well, he's not the same character. He's playing Barry's father. He played
or
Barry
is he the same character?
You think he's Barry?
No. I think he was the Flash, and something in the timeline got messed up, and it went to Barry instead. Wells went back, screwed something up, preventing his father from becoming the Flash. And Barry's father had knowledge of this, because he was there or something, and when the time, when it was altered, he retained all the information, and that is why Barry's father insinuated that Barry was the Flash, because he knows, he sees the signs, he sees the symptoms, because he already experienced it.
Yeah, and before he told, like, in obviously in gilded words, he told Barry that he knew. Mm-hmm. Even before that, he sort of had the face of, I totally know my son's the Flash. Right,
so it would make sense.
That's not as far-fetched as it sounds.
It's not, and that's what's really got me excited, because even though I didn't watch that show, I love when they do things like this. I love because they try to keep the continuity or continuity going. My cat's crying over there, but they try to keep it going, because even like V, when I don't know if you watch V, but when V came around this second time, They kind of almost oh my god, shut up, Kurt. They almost like stopped like making the original show relevant. Like you were like, oh, those events didn't happen. But then at one point the queen's like mother was the original queen from the first TV series.
Oh.
So they kind of did tie it together. So that's very much what they're doing here with the Flash. And if they make Barry's father have been the Flash at some point,
yeah.
You know, that would be crazy. Because do we have his name? Do we know what Barry's father's name is?
Henry.
Henry
Allen.
For all we know, that the original, because he was actually Barry Allen though in the original TV. They could have done something. He could have changed his name to protect himself, or I don't know. But
I don't know.
They could make it work.
No,
they could.
Maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. And so let me read the synopsis so we get a little bit more information about the Trickster. A copycat killer who goes by the name the Trickster starts setting off bombs in Central City in order to stop the villain. Barry and Joe meet with the original Trickster, a criminal mastermind named Jesse James, who has been... No, James Jesse. That's wrong. He's not a cowboy. Who has been imprisoned for 20 years. Things quickly go from bad to worse when the Tricksters unite and take Henry Allen prisoner. Meanwhile, Iris asks Eddie for help with the case, and flashbacks show how Eobard Thawne came up with the idea for the particle accelerator.
Interesting. Now, the thing that's got me there is the Trickster's going after Henry Allen.
Yes.
So it's almost as if history's repeating itself, kind of thing.
Yeah, and they're also in prison together.
And but this is the first time I'm hearing the synopsis, right? So
yeah,
I've had that theory before you even read that. So
before you even knew that Henry was in the episode.
I didn't even know Henry was in the episode. So yeah. So
that's why I was, because you were saying that, I was like, Henry's in the episode.
Yeah. So I would absolutely love if they did that. So.
Yeah. Or even if they didn't do it, just like, I don't know, hinted possibilities or alternate timelines that could have happened.
Yeah, it's something. There's potential for it. As much as time travel is making my head hurt right now, I want to see more of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And that could be why Wells is stuck. If something changed and Henry was never the Flash or something like that, then that could be what there could be a disturbance in the Speed Force, something like that.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Mark Hamill.
Yes.
He's like my favorite person / actor / voice actor.
Cannot wait. It's going to be so good. And we get to see him before he's Luke, because we know he's coming back as Luke, reprising his movie in his role in the 7th movie. So we kind of get to get a feel for what kind of shape he's in.
And I'm not sure. I hope they use footage from the old series. It might just be pictures, because what I saw in the preview was just like a picture of him in the old costume.
Right. Yeah, maybe they'll use footage. It depends on how much of that they can acquire.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to like rights and stuff like that, they'd actually have to get in touch with the copyright holders of all the stuff from the TV show. However, if they use still photographs, they only have to get pictures through like a photographer if it was done, even if it was in the costume. If they were on set and took like production photos, that's the photographer's work. So
yeah, but like every network has a team of lawyers that take care of that sort of stuff.
I know, it's just my point is there's less red tape to go through the photographer.
It's easier to get photos than videos.
So
awesome. Dom, where can the people find you?
You can find me down below at Phenomenon. PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon. You can find me at Clio Moto, also bashing my brains against the wall about time travel on the socials and on Twitch at the Clio Moto. And you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Gmail, Google+, Twitter, MySpace. And right here on YouTube, follow us for more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows. I think that's the first time I've said that without tripping over my words.
Excellent.
Till next week. Bye-bye.
Da 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 da.